Hey there, everyone. It's HCG, darling. I know it's been a long time since I've done a vlog. I've been on vacation, just got back today, went to Keystone, Colorado. Anyway, just wanted to give you an update. Um, while I was on vacation, I was on P4. During P3, I stabilized great, never went above 2 pounds above or 2 pounds below my LDW, which was 159 was my LDW. So never went above that or below that, or I'm sorry, never went 2 pounds above it or 2 pounds below it. On vacation, when we got there, since we were going to a high altitude, I'd stopped drinking caffeine, started drinking lots of water. They said that was to help prevent altitude sickness. And we arrived there and when we started climbing the mountain, in the car to get there, I started getting a headache. And that was one of the signs. We arrived at the destination, not the condo, but the destination at lunchtime. So we went and had lunch, and I felt a little bit lightheaded, and I took some ibuprofen for the headache. And then we went to get groceries for the condo. And while I was at the grocery store, I wasn't feeling too good. Almost done shopping, and I told my husband I felt like I was going to pass out. So he told me to sit down, and I sat in an aisle, but close. It was an aisle that not many people were walking through. So I sat down, put my head between my legs, and one of the workers saw me, and she asked if I was okay, and I told her I wasn't feeling good. So she had me go sit down at the pharmacist station, and the pharmacist gave me water and had me check my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was really low. It was 86/70. So she said that's really low, and she suggested that I see a doctor, and I really didn't want to do that. I thought, no, I'll be okay. And anyway, I sat there for a while until I felt better, felt good enough to get up again. And I took my blood pressure a few more times, and it had climbed to about 96. So I thought, okay, I'm okay. I can go check out with my groceries and go to the condo. So we did. And immediately arriving at the condo, I just felt so exhausted. So I just went to bed, and my hubby and the girls had to bring in all the luggage, and I just went to sleep. Oh, before that, I knew that I had to order pizza for dinner at this place that was supposed to be really popular, and you had to get your order in early. So I ordered 2 pizzas and went to bed. Oh, another thing. The plan for eating on vacation on P4 was that I was going to still eat low carb, and I was going to add in a dessert some night at dinner, just to see how I did. I wasn't going to go crazy. I was pretty much going to stay on eating P3 and just add in, if I wanted cheesecake or a cookie or something, I was just going to add it and see how my body did. Well, because I got sick, they said to eat high carbs, not low carbs, high carbs. I guess something with the carbs feed your brain better, and I was pretty freaked out about not feeling good and having low blood pressure and everything. So, from reading all these reports about high altitude sickness, I knew that some people could die from it. And man, I wasn't going to risk dying, so I was going to eat. I didn't care if it was pizza or what it was, even though I really didn't have much of an appetite. So I woke up when the pizza was ordered, or when it was delivered, and I had one piece, and my head was pounding so bad I just had to go back to bed. I normally, when I have a headache that bad, I usually take Excedrin migraine, and I couldn't because it has caffeine in it. Not supposed to have caffeine because it robs your body of hydration, and you're supposed to drink lots of water. So couldn't have that. So I just went to bed. I think I slept about 14 hours, and that was on last Sunday. So Monday, I woke up really early and started Googling, low blood pressure and reasons for it. Got freaked out again, thinking something's wrong. I didn't know if I was gonna die? What was happening to me? And on top of that, I had developed a cold. And so I was hot one minute and freezing the next minute, and I just felt miserable. So my husband decided I needed to go see a doctor. So we made an appointment, and he took me in on Monday morning. And my blood pressure, when they checked it, was now normal. It was like 112 over something. So they said that was fine. But my oxygen level was too low. It was 89. They said they don't ever like to see it under 90. 90 is like the minimum. So they gave me oxygen for about 45 minutes. And also did 2 chest x-rays to check my lungs. And that came back fine. And did a strep test. And I think they just did that to make more money. My throat didn't hurt. I did have a lot of congestion, which I still have. You probably can still hear it. And some coughing. But she did a strep test. And she said that was like borderline, but she was, I don't know. It was weird anyway. Borderline. So she put me on antibiotic, and I told her I was prone to sinus infections. So, and I think that's what it developed into. So I was glad to have the antibiotic. But just went home, went back to the condo after that, and knew the girls, the 2 teen girls, my daughter who's 15 and her friend that came with us, were pretty bored because I had been sick, the day we arrived, and at the doctor that day for several hours, getting oxygen and everything. So I knew we had to do something fun, but I didn't have energy. So took them shopping for the day to Breckenridge, and it was so cold. It was like, I think it was 18 degrees, but with the wind, it felt like it said 0. It was so cold, and we thought, this is miserable, and I had no energy, and it wasn't the type of shopping they wanted to do. They wanted an indoor mall, so that day was pretty bombed out too. So we went back, and I said, just Google a shopping mall, and we'll take you there. Well, there's no indoor shopping mall there, this Breckenridge or Keystone, so we were out of luck again. So I thought, okay, let me rest a while, and then we'll find something to do. So we decided to go bowling. It's towards the evening. There's not much to do in the evening because everybody's worn out from skiing and doing their snow activities usually. So there's not a whole lot of nighttime activities. But we did decide to go bowling. So we arrived there, and they say that they're booked out in the next 30 minutes for a private party. So like, great, what's there to do? And they kind of felt bad for us. And so they said, you know what, you can bowl 1 game. That takes about 20 minutes. So you can do that. So we decided to do that. And it was fun. So we salvaged that day a little bit. So the next day, I was still exhausted. And I told my husband, I said, just take the girls and go tubing. That was one of the plans. I really wanted to go, but I just did not have the energy, did not want to go up to a higher altitude and risk passing out or dying. So he went, and I just stayed in bed. And I knew what time they were about to come home, so I knew that I better get up and get showered and get ready because I knew they were going to want to do something else. So when they arrived home, had some lunch, and we went to some of the outlet shops and walked around a little bit. And I just got too exhausted again, so I went back to the car and sat in the car while they shopped a little more. Okay, so then anyway, what did we do then? Oh, we went bowling again that night, and we were able to bowl 2 games, and that was fun for all of us. And something that I could do that was out of the cold and wasn't too strenuous on me. So, and all this whole time, I'm eating whatever I want. If there was a cookie, I ate a cookie. If there was sandwiches, like sometimes I just craved, I just wanted some bread. I was trying to feel better, so my husband would make me like bread and butter, or we'd stop and get a Subway sandwich or Quiznos or so I wasn't careful with the carbs at all. I just ate. I really wasn't that hungry, so I didn't eat a ton, but I wasn't careful in the least. Um, okay, so Wednesday. Wednesday, I started feeling better. It was still hard to get ready that morning. And like after everything I did, I got back in bed and just took a break because I felt so out of breath. But we went snowmobiling, and that was so much fun. It actually went up to 11,400 feet up to the Continental Divide, and that was a blast. I did have a little bit of trouble feeling like I could get proper air up at that high altitude, so I was feeling a little anxious. But by the time everybody was loaded back up on the snowmobiles and we headed back down the mountain, it was fine, and I had a lot of fun. Next day, we took the girls skiing. Actually, we didn't ski. I didn't want to risk getting sicker or anything, so I thought it was a little bit too strenuous for me. So we signed the girls up for ski school for the day, and we watched them, and I took a ton of pictures, and so that was fun. The next day, which was our last day, we went dog sledding. And oh my gosh, that is my new passion. I love it. I was a musher, and with all these Siberian Huskies, it was so much fun. Um, and I felt great. It was actually warm out. Didn't even have to have my jacket on. And I wish I could show you a picture. Anyway, it was so fun. I love that. And then that night, I met a childhood friend of mine that lived nearby, about an hour from where we were staying, and I hadn't seen her in 20 years. So we met at a restaurant out there and had dinner and caught up and everything. I had a couple margaritas, um, and that was, and what did I have that night? Oh, I had a salad. I was pretty good that night, but all the other nights was lots. Lots of breads, stuff like that. Um, I made pasta one night, but I don't think I had. No, I didn't have pasta that night. But anyway, I was kind of worried that I was gonna gain a lot of weight back. And then on the trip home, which was driving Saturday and then Sunday, which is today, I loaded. Took my HCG drops and I loaded. So that consisted of cheeseburgers and fries and shakes and Reese's peanut butter cups. And today was a grilled stuffed burrito from Del Taco with guacamole and sour cream and cheeses, and caramel macchiato from Starbucks this morning. I don't know if that was real fattening, but figured it probably was. So I had that. Had some Fritos and getting ready to have uh, one of my chocolate delights with the coconut and almond in tonight. And tomorrow starts round 2, phase 2, so I'm excited. Oh, anyway, the good news was I didn't have a scale the whole vacation, so I had no clue what the scale was going to say, but I only went up to 162. So that's only 4 pounds, and I've been loading, so success, yay! Okay, gotta go. Love you, bye.